Today's episode is a reaction to a video posted by Anton Daniels titled, Charleston White Was Right About Black Culture. If you like doing reaction videos, Anton is the gift that just keeps on giving. There is an old truism that says if you let a man talk long enough, he will reveal the person that he's hiding. Anton presents himself as a rich guy who, quote, wants to pour into you, unquote. However, his words reveal the danger of letting him pour into you or influence you. You see, the word influence is the same as influenza. The way that you catch the flu is by someone breathing on you, right? But the way you become influenced is by letting someone breathe into or pour into your spirit whatever they have in their spirit. The problem is if what they have in their spirit is evil, then that evil spirit will now take up residence inside of you too. If you say that Anton is rich because his spirit made him rich, then just remember the old adage, how does it profit you to gain the whole world but to lose your soul? Anton revealed that he could be operating through demonic influence by the story that he told. So let's talk about it.
The following is presented under Title 17 US Code 107 that allows fair use of a copyrighted work for the purposes of criticism, teaching and parody. Any attempt to infringe upon the right of fair use will result in an immediate legal response.
Let me tell you the type of guy I am. We was at the basketball game, front row, and I got into it with DeMarcus Cousins, right? And he was talking shit like he was going to run up in the stands or whatever. And everybody's around me. They said, Anton, what you going to do? I said, I'm going to keep talking my shit. They said, why? What if he come over here and he hit you? And I said, well, if he hit me, I'm going to fall the fuck out. I'm going to lay across all of these seats. Even if I'm conscious, I'm going to act unconscious. I'm not going to wake up. I'm going to let them take me out on a stretcher. And then I'm going to sue everybody. I'm going to sue the security. I'm going to sue DeMarcus Cousins. I'm going to sue both organizations. Everybody is going down. I'm taking every dollar that everybody, that's how grown I am. I'm that grown. I'm not the type of grown that feel like I got to prove myself to you. I'm the type of grown that's going to ensure that I own this motherfucker when I wake up. I'm going to fall the fuck, I'm going to lean into the punch because I can take a hit. I'm going to fucking lean into, I wish he would. And I'm going to let you get your kicks on. And I'm going to be just like, I'm not going to be Kane. I'm going to be who Kane and O-Dog stumped out. I'm going to be Eileen's brother, partner, and I'm going to just let him hit me. And I'm owning every fucking thing. That's the type of person that you're dealing with, okay? I'm not tough. I don't get cute. I'm not about to fucking pull up on you. I'm not meeting you and none of that. I want to send you to jail for the rest of your life and take every dime out of your daughter's mouth that you were going to give her in your inheritance because it's mine now. And your daughter's inheritance is my daughter. I am a bag chaser to my core. I look at everything from a business perspective. So just be careful because I'm not that nigga. I am that nigga. All right? Just letting you know.
Anton said that he got seats at a basketball game close enough to antagonize one of the players on the court. He said that people was trying to get him to stop, but he said that he told them that he was going to antagonize the man bad enough to make him want to hit him. Then he said if the player did hit him, he was going to pretend that he was knocked out, even if he wasn't, after which he was going to sue everybody. Then he says something like, don't be fooled, I'm not that nigga, I'm that nigga. Now, I don't actually know if Anton is being led by a demonic spirit. I'm just going by the greasy words that came out of his mouth. Okay. Now, do you know that why water rolls off a duck's back? It's because they're greasy. Now, look at this duck talking greasy to another duck in front of his woman. Now, normally if something acts like a duck and quack like a duck, it's a damn duck, right? Anton acts and quacks like he could be under demonic influence. Now, nobody on this planet plans to antagonize another man with the intent to sue him, except someone who is inhabited by a demon or an imp, which is a small mischievous demon. Now, if you look at Anton's physical stature, he is short and squat like an imp, would appear to be in the spirit. And brothers, it's okay to be anti-religion. However, you cannot claim to be spiritual without receiving any spiritual training. that spiritual training, wherever you get it from, must be based on the Bible. And if you're too ignorant enough to believe that the Bible is the white man's book, then you should just click off now, because you are too ignorant for me to help you. Protect yourself from the attacks of evil spirits, because evil spirits come first to attack you in the form of people. Now, if you were to get rich, the demons that come to rob you would be in the form of people, right? However, guys who are trying to be spiritual get jacked all the time because they can't see spiritual attacks coming in the form of people. Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And then Hebrews 13:2 says, "Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares." You see, the Bible is teaching you that devils and angels can come to you in the form of flesh and blood people. Now, thanks to ignorant preachers and the devil's disciples in the pulpit, the average church-going person has been blinded to the fact that flesh and blood is describing a level of devil that is inhabiting the body of a human. Now, there are 5 levels of angel and there are 5 levels of devil. And they work to oppose the angels and spiritual people as well. Now, if you are spiritual, flesh and blood devils will appear in the body of the human to attack you. And we often describe them as haters, right? But they're actually people who the devil is operating through to oppose you, disrupt your life, and steal whatever they can from you in an effort to stop you from finding and fulfilling your God-ordained purpose. And see, these flesh and blood devils are able to wreak havoc in your life without repercussion because religion has falsely conditioned you to not fight against them. However, James 4:7 instructs you to resist the devil in order to make him flee or run away from you. Now, the word resist in this context means to fight, okay? Now, if you were taught the Bible properly, then you know that the devil or Satan used to be an angel. He hates people because he got kicked out of heaven after he refused to obey God's command to serve us. So now he uses other people to attack God's people who are spiritual, right? So in Genesis 1:26, God said, "Let us make man in our image and after our likeness, and let them have dominion over everything in the earth." And you see, God made man to be as he is and to have dominion and authority in the earth in the same way that he does in heaven. And the devil is confused about why God did that. So in Hebrews 2:6 and 7, it shares insight into the fact that Satan couldn't understand why God was doing this for us. And it says, but one, meaning Satan, in a certain place testifies, saying, "What is man that you are mindful of him, or the son of man that you visit him? You made him a little lower than the angels, and you crowned him with glory and honor, and did set over him the work of your hands." Now, this brings me back to Anton Daniels, okay? Because one of the things that the devil's disciples do is come to steal your money. See, Anton hates black people in general, and he can't understand why God provides money through government assistance to sustain many of us. See, he claims to be a financial guru who supposedly knows that 70% of a person's net worth is based on the value of their home, right? But he claims to understand that black people's home ownership is under 45%, yet he's railing against the home buyer program that the Bank of America set up recently to increase home ownership in the black community. And like every other Donald Trump-loving Republican voting conservative, he doesn't want black people to receive any government money. However, you can best believe that if you do receive government assistance in the form of cash payments, he will gladly take some of it for you to subscribe to his Patreon channel. When Anton asks you to subscribe to his channel, he is saying in effect that he wants you to give him a handout, but he doesn't want you to receive one. Now, the pro basketball player that Anton was trying to antagonize has to work hard and perform well in order to receive his multi-million-dollar contract, right? But Anton claims to be a millionaire, but the way he makes his money is by talking. Now, he revealed that he also tries to make money by screwing with people just like the flesh and blood level devil. See, he was using his mouth to set that NBA player up for a lawsuit, and he uses his mouth to lead people to believe that he's giving them information that'll make them rich, but he is just trying to take their money. And consequently, they pay him either $15 or $49 every month through Patreon because they don't realize that they are under spiritual attack. See, the only thing that prevents what he does from being a swindle is that he has led people to believe that they are receiving something of value in return for their money. When Anton has his live streams, he comes on the screen in a Versace robe and slippers wearing a Rolex watch, talking about how rich he is. And this is the same thing that MLM scammers do when they are trying to dazzle you into signing up for their scam with the promise that you can be rich too. MLM is an acronym that means Mark's losing money. MLM scammers invite you to these free events where they claim the owners of their company are billionaires, and they show images of the owners wearing fancy clothes and expensive watches while driving sports cars and living in mansions, right? They always feature some schmuck that has a rags to riches testimony in an effort to hype you up to believe that the way that he got rich, it can happen for you too. Then they use a shaming tactic to make you feel like a loser if you don't buy in their program before you leave. And the only thing they want to do at that point is for you to give them your credit card information. Now, if you can't afford to pay the full $5,000 for their program today, they will break it up into installments for you. And see, Anton tries to dazzle you by showing you that he has expensive shit, and his MLM type of installment plan is his Patreon channel. And it might seem to you like you're paying just a little, but it adds up to a lot. See, Anton has nearly 87,000 subscribers, and if 87,000 people paid him $15 every month, he would receive $1.3 million every month. And that adds up to $15.7 million per year, every year. And if you let him jack you for 10 years, that would add up to $157 million. Now, if 87,000 people paid him $49 every month, he would receive $4.3 million per month, every month. And that adds up to $52 million per year, every year. And over a 10-year period, that would be $520 million that he would get just for talking bullshit. Now, I've been in the financial services business for 45 years, and most of what Anton shares with you came from books written by guys like me. Now, I have had all kinds of licenses and certifications along with decades of experience actually leading families to become millionaires, but you would never give me $500 million or $520 million just for talking. You would expect me to show you proof that I can actually set up a program that will make you a millionaire before you gave me one damn dollar. So why in the world would you give Anton money every month just for talking? Now, if you go to therealdrwill.com, you will see that I have a number of books and audiobooks that are designed to make you wealthy if you apply the information contained in them diligently. Now, I also have video courses that work within the context of family to make you exponentially wealthy. That is, if you apply the knowledge diligently. Now, I use this information to help 1,238 of my clients build $1.98 billion of wealth for their families collectively. Now, that number is based on the last time I had access to their data, which was in 2013. And their collective wealth could be closer to $3 billion by this time. But I like to use real numbers, not estimated figures, okay? So I only use the number that I know for sure. Now, if you have a desire to build generational wealth for your family, you can't get there by listening to a guy who's just talking. You need a successful financial plan to build wealth on, and you have to listen to a man who can teach you where to place your investment dollars yourself rather than asking you to put your dollars in his hands, okay? If you are a man, I recommend that you go to my website and sign up for the Kingmakers Masterclass immediately. See, it gives men the knowledge and confidence to lead a family and make wise decisions that most women find sexy, all right? Now, you will move into that class of men financially that other men want to be and that women want to be with. Now, if you're a woman, I recommend that you download my audiobook, There's Gold in Them Heels. And it will teach you about the wealth building power that you have hiding inside of you right now, because every woman has this power. You just need to learn how to draw it out. Now, once you receive this knowledge and There's Gold in Them Heels, you will be able to produce wealth for your family exponentially, and you'll never, ever again have a problem answering the question, what do you bring to the table? Well, that's all that I have for now. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share this video with your family and friends, and I'll be back with something new that nobody told you. Until then, remember that God loves you, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you next time on Zero to Millions and Dr. Will Enterprises.